So let's walk through how you can use the right side of the ledger. So a ledger, you just think of a line straight down the middle of a page, and then a vertical line, and then a horizontal line. So we're going to talk about the left side. Okay. Okay. So first, you set up this high cash value whole life insurance policy for infinite banking. Now, not just high cash value in the beginning, it's got to be high cash value for the long term. This is something, even if I'm buying it at 59, that I'm going to have for 30 or 40 years, maybe more, right? I always say 59 is halfway. So you fund the policy with premiums. Think of that as your capitalization. You're building up cash value, okay, that you're going to go put to work. So don't think of it as an expense. And it's got guaranteed growth, dividends, compounding continuously, uninterrupted, right? So instead of pulling cash out, you borrow against it. Use the policy as collateral. This way, your money never stops compounding, even while you're using it, because you're going to use it as collateral. So, okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to use this as an example of, on the right side of the ledger, I'm going to buy multifamily property. So instead of using my own cash, I'm going to take out a policy loan and use it as the down payment for the multifamily property. Make sense? So you find some cash flowing multifamily property, let's say a 12-unit apartment complex. Use the policy for the down payment and you get a mortgage for the rest. Does that mean you go to the bank? It doesn't have to mean that. You can go to the seller. The seller might give you more than, let's say, 80-20 loan to value, right? So they might require less than 20% up front. Why would they do that? Well, your price, my terms. That's a normal kind of concept in real estate investing, right? Okay, so you use whatever the down payment is, and let's say it's like something that's really rough. Maybe they'll finance 100% of it, but you need to renovate it. Then you use your policy for the renovation, right? So the property starts generating rental income, creating cash flow. Now your dollars are working in two places at once, right? They're still growing inside your policy, untouched, uninterrupted, constantly compounding. And the same capital is now working in the real estate, generating rent. Wow, that's pretty good so far. Is that it? No, it's even better. So now you're going to have the money flow back into your policy, because hopefully we don't need that money to buy our groceries, right? We can keep this investment machine growing. So you're producing income, but instead of spending it or letting it sit in a traditional bank, you recapture it in the policy. And when you put the money back in the policy, it's going to pay down the loan. So every dollar that you put back in is the dollar that's available again to do what? Loan it back out whenever you want. As you pay down the loan, your cash value increases, meaning you can borrow against it for the next deal. Okay, so this is important because we repeat this cycle, constantly buying more multifamily properties and increasing your cash flow, right? Sometimes people go, well, that's only $400 a month positive cash flow. Well, you get 10 of those and that's $4,000. You get 100 of those. You see where I'm going with this, right? And if you had 100 of them, or some kind of, if you had 40,000, 80,000 a month coming in, and you had depreciation and everything else, and the thing was still growing, you tell me you couldn't get excited about that? I get excited about just talking about it. So what happens is you create velocity of money, where the same dollars keep working over and over again without ever leaving your financial system. So it's kind of like becoming your own banker. It's like your financial system. Ultimately, you're going to need more policy, and you're going to need two things: more policies, because the money flowing back into the policies won't fit in the original policy, and you're going to need more assets. Sounds simple, right? But those are two challenging things, and we can help you at Create Tailwind with how to do that. But more policies equal more capacity, more capital capacity, right? Capital capacity, that sounds good. More capital, more properties, more cash flow, fueling the cycle further. Okay, so it builds up. Think about this as a 10-year project, not something about going and getting rich quick. So eventually you eliminate the need for traditional banks altogether, because your private banking system is funding all of your deals.